Jeremy Sockman here today with a look at one of those classics people like to act like they love to prove their film cred. It's The Trial, or Le Procès, from 1962 and Orson Welles. But are people right when they brag about liking this one? Let's take a look. Joseph K. is busy taking a sweet nap when he's woken up by the police that check his ID, take his stuff, and proclaim him under arrest. For what? Who knows? Joseph doesn't, so he decides to find out. He asks his landlady, Mrs. Grubach, his neighbor, even his supervisor, and the best guess anyone has is something naughty to do with his underage cousin. While attending the opera on bail, he's taken to court and causes a scene.
Can there be any doubt that behind my arrest, a vast organization is at work? An establishment which contains a retinue of civil servants, officers, police, and others, perhaps even hangmen. Joseph's
uncle suggests he visit the advocate, and he decides to playfully flirt with the man's mistress. She suggests he visit the courtroom artist, who lives in a room surrounded by nosy kids. A priest is no help, neither is a room full of the condemned. Eventually, he's taken by two officers to a quarry, where they try to decide who's going to knife the now shirtless Joseph. Spoiler alert, they use dynamite instead, and he goes boom.
You'll have to kill me! Come on! Come on!
Now, The Trial would certainly be called Kafkaesque, but that's because Kafka wrote the book, and maybe that was part of the problem, because old Orson sure didn't understand what it was about. He made a movie, in English mind you, based on a book, in German, about how the law makes no sense. The layers of it are incomprehensible, and nobody really has any idea what the wheels of its bureaucracy are all about. And he makes a compelling case, certainly, with lots of confusion in Joseph's charge, status, and the actual trial process. But there's one big thing old Orson missed when he was busy telling us that no one at any layer of the legal process from the police on up actually knows what's going on. Dude, lawyers exist. They literally go to school to understand the law. They read entire textbooks about it that do a pretty good job explaining it too. They also, take a test to make sure they understand it. Then, taking into account that maybe Orson never met a lawyer in his life, there's also people called judges who understand the law even better than lawyers and use that understanding to make decisions and pronouncements on the legal results of a case. Those people have to take just as much school and have years of experience.
I cannot rip out the hearts of those who hurt you. I cannot hand you their severed heads. But I can hunt them down and settle the score. I'll squeeze them for every dime I can. Every single dime. I'm Jim the Hammer Shapiro.
So come on, Orson. Just because you didn't want to go to law school doesn't mean the entire discipline is impenetrable. You could have just grabbed one of the textbooks and started reading.
How many of my clients have reached the same point in their cases as you and stood here before me saying exactly the same things?
Maybe they had a reason to. They were probably all just as much in the right as I am.
That's true, you know.
So in the end, while The Trial, or Le Procès, looks great and features loads of compelling visuals and situations, it's the simple fact that the entire premise behind it is flawed that makes it lose the case it was putting forward. I'm Jeremy Sockman, and I hereby pronounce The Trial a hard pass.
I'm Jim Shapiro, the tough, smart lawyer. I cannot rip out the hearts of those who hurt you. I hunt them down. I hammer. No matter how long it takes. I hammer. Thousands of victims. Settle the score. Hammer. Broken bone. Head injury. Hammer. Lost limb. Squeeze them. Paralysis. Hammer. Scar. Hammer. Burn. Hammer. Severed heads. I hammer.
But Judge, Your Honor, I've been misunderstood. Let me go this time, I promise to be good.